Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Update. It's a little after 10 o'clock and it is July 18th, 2024. And you can see our front slowly sinking off to the south. So let's get to it here. We got to talk about last night's severe weather first. So let's get to that, go over some storm reports for you. Now, that storm last night was insane. Again, this is some of the footage I got from it. See a little sheet lightning and then lightning bolts sticking out of cloud there. Actually, it looked like there was a strike right over there on this shot. I had to kind of like darken the picture a little bit to bring out the lightning. Yeah, incredible clouds and very threatening sky. We even had a shelf cloud, which you could see when you saw that video. It was a pretty insane storm. So let's get to the storm reports. So thunderstorm wind damage in Rockland County, and this was from earlier in the day. The first cell that we had that moved through, and then 4 o'clock, Westchester, Croton-on-Hudson was affected with multiple tree limbs down, power poles down, and Ossining. So Westchester got hit in the afternoon yesterday. Trees, a lot of wind damage. Tree down with wires in West and Putnam County as well. Trees down, multiple trees down with wires at several locations, including Golden Hill and Edgewood Street. This was in Fairfield, Connecticut. So this was, again, the earlier cell that hit Danbury and Norwalk as well. So southern Fairfield County got in on that. And this was the afternoon storm that hit that area that caused all this damage. The evening storms going on a little bit later in the evening here. Orange County, upstate, Orange in New Jersey was hit in Essex County. This was the storm that popped up. Flash flood in Lodi with flood rescues and 3 trees down in Monroe. Again, so this was the second storm here that hit. 46-mile-an-hour wind gust at Mamaroneck, 52-mile-an-hour wind gust at Glen Cove. Flooding in Secaucus on the Meadowlands Parkway, a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust at Rowayton. Might have read some of these already. Let's see. So that's pretty much it. Kind of rounds out damage in New Haven as well at around 11 o'clock with trees and power lines down. So I realized that I've neglected to, the past 2 nights, I neglected to read the climate statistics. So we'll have to at least make up for yesterday. Not going to go any before that. But let's go look at the climate statistics for today. High was 86, the low was 73 at Islip. Still 4 degrees above normal. And now we've gotten, let's see how much rain we've seen this month here. Month to date, still only 1.77 inches. And most of that fell. Actually, no. Month to date is 1.06 inches. My mistake. I keep making mistakes. I'm sorry. Just, being in this place is just getting me. Central Park at a high of 86, low of 72. 1 degree above normal. Now, Central Park's a different story. They've gotten 4 inches of rain, which is above the normal. So it's very interesting. So let's go to the previous day here. I'll go to the previous day, which is yesterday. Let's go to the previous day for yesterday. So yesterday it hit 90 at Central Park, low was 72. 3 degrees above normal. And 1.46 inches of rain yesterday at Central Park. Now, Islip, this is the story of those storms just kind of broke up once they got to Islip. So yesterday, Islip got up to 85 with a low of 73, 3 degrees above normal. And that was they only got 0.03 yesterday. That's it. And we'll go to the day before here because I know I neglected to do July 16th as well. So let's do July 16th now. July 16th. The high was 93 and the low was 74, 9 degrees above normal. And so let's, going over the past couple of days. I'm sorry I forgot to do that. I don't know if I can keep doing these weather updates. I just don't know if I mentally can do it anymore. I'm trying. I'm really trying. So let's go to our current conditions right now. And let's do this. So 70s, what do we got out there? So we've got mid-70s, 75 at winds finally shifted over to the west-northwest. Dew points have dropped. Still not bone dry out there. Let's see. I think LaGuardia might have a lower dew point. Yeah, 55. So the drier air is making its way in from the north and the west as this front slowly sinks off to the south. So let's go to our highs today, and you'll see highs today mid to upper 80s. Upper 80s. It was pretty warm today. 88 at West Hampton, 88 at Islip, according to this. 86 at LaGuardia, so pretty much mid-80s everywhere. Very light winds today, and honestly, the air quality didn't seem that great until we got toward the evening. Lows, yeah, mid-70s, nothing, again, above normal there. And we can go to the precipitation again and do a 48-hour precipitation. You can see the past couple of days here. Hardly any rain out. This is like the desert out here. No rain out in eastern Suffolk County. But as you head to the western parts of Long Island, this is where you see the rainfall amounts. So some areas got it, some areas didn't. Especially the Hudson Valley and coastal Connecticut. They really got it. But for us, unfortunately, we're still waiting. So look at these dew points here. You'll see the drier dew points off to the north and the west. We got dew points in the 50s. Meanwhile, if you go to the south, dew points are still in the upper 60s in Ocean County, as we're still waiting for that front to sink southward. So looking at the weather map, you'll see that front's kind of stalled out, and it's going to slowly sink to the south. You see here's day 2. You can see the front is sinking to the south. You see there's a wave of low pressure along it. That should stay south of the area, but it could throw in some clouds as we get toward Saturday. So yeah, you have a front that's stalled out here again. This is typical that you get this, obviously, because you still got that Atlantic there, Bermuda high there, but we're getting a little bit of a reprieve from it, fortunately. So let's show you this. I think I did show you the satellite, but here you can see that. Now we're going to have to watch the smoke as well. That's one thing we're going to have to watch. And there's one other thing I forgot to also bring up on July 16th, when I was at Jones Beach for this storm here. When this storm popped up on July 16th in the evening, this was again July 16th. This was on Tuesday. The storm that formed in the evening that came close to Long Beach. Take a look at what it did at Long Beach here. So this is the statistics for July 16th here at Long Beach, and you'll see. Look at what happened. The temperature jumped from like the mid 70s, initially dropped a little bit, and then it shot up to almost near 90 degrees when the wind shifted to the west. You can see that right there. So it was a hot blast with that thunderstorm. It was pretty interesting, and I sort of felt it at Jones Beach, too, as well. So I just wanted to point that out to you. I forgot to bring that up as well. I've been forgetting to bring stuff up just because I just don't think I can keep doing these weather updates on a daily basis anymore. I'm trying, but I'll talk about that toward the end of this video because I'm going to be taking a break this weekend. So let's, in some form, I'll be taking a break. So you can see there are a lot of thunderstorms that actually blew up off to the south over in the mid-Atlantic there. And if we go to the larger radar here, let's do the radar, you'll see that we have some pretty strong thunderstorms, including some severe thunderstorms in North Carolina, again with this stalled frontal boundary that we have here. They're having trouble getting it to the south, obviously, with that ridge there. So if we go back off to the weather and hazards map, you'll see that there's an area pink. Well, there was an area pink earlier for severe thunderstorm watches and warnings that were in this area. The other thing that we have to talk about is the tornado that occurred in Rome, New York. So let's go talk about that. And I'll just put Rome on here, and there should be a report from the Weather Service here at Binghamton about that tornado, and there isn't, of course. All right, here we go. Two separate, those are microbursts. Let's see. But they should have, yeah, all right. EF1 tornado in Canastola, New York on July 16th starting at 3 p.m. All right, and then, so this was the EF1 tornado, but then there was an, all right, I thought there was another tornado here. I thought they thought it hit Rome. All right, well, let's just do this. Rome tornado, because it's not on there. So it was an EF2 tornado that touched down. I don't know why it's not on their website, but an EF2 tornado touchdown. This was This is crazy, and unfortunately, it caused damage and knocked down 2 church steeples. So if we go here, you'll see the steeples actually got knocked down from this tornado. Pretty incredible damage here that's shown here. EF2 tornado in Rome as well. So I'll provide the link below, being that the Weather Service just wants to bury this. Oh, wait a minute. That's Rome, New York. What? Rome, New York, yeah. Why was it saying Rome, Italy? I don't know. But this is the link I'll share to you. All right, so Rome is Rome, Italy. Oh, I see, because it's saying Rome up there. Yeah, it's definitely quite a tornado that hit, and we'll play it. It was, you don't see tornadoes like this in New York, but this is going to become more and more common as we live in a warming world. Fortunately, some people deny that we're living in a warming world. So let's take the satellite out to a broader view here. And again, I'm going to make this a little bit longer here, so you can see what we have here, and you'll see a lot of smoke out west. I have a lot of fires out there. But this will be our areas for tomorrow, and it'll definitely be tomorrow will probably be the best day that we're going to see of the week, and the best day we'll have for a while, because the humidity will come back into the pictures. This ridge comes back as well, because this stall front will eventually come back north again. But you can see there's a lot of smoke, though, in the air here. If we just pause it right there, you can see, especially out west, but you also see a little bit even in the Great Lakes. If we look at the Great Lakes satellite here. Let's do that. You'll see some of it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that shows up real nice, actually. Let me pause that. Yeah, you can see it right here. So there's smoke here. So I don't know if we're going to have I heard Lee Goldberg saying it's going to be nice blue skies tomorrow. I don't know about that, because I do see some smoke here. This is all coming from the fires in Canada. We have fires out west, too. So if we go to the Canada, northern U.S. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, look at all that smoke. Oh, my God. Sorry I said it like that, but that's a lot of smoke. That's a lot of smoke right there. So we'll have to see if we're going to get into this or not, because that's a lot of smoke. That's enough to turn the sky orange for sure. So that you have massive fires going on in the northwestern territories right now. Northwest is why I keep doing the weather updates. But you know why I keep doing this is because it's hard for me emotionally. But nobody else talks about this. I have a duty to talk about this. Nobody else talks about it because, we live in a country where people are in climate denial. I mean, Donald Trump is leading the old man Biden, obviously. I know old man Biden is pretty much senile and needs to be in a nursing home. But you know what? I'd still pick a senile old man over a monster that denies climate change. All right, so anyway, with that said, let's take a closer look at this. That's a lot of smoke right there. That is a lot of smoke. That is not good at all. So we have raging fires in northwest. Yeah, this is absolutely, they're going nuts. There's just tons of smoke coming out of these fires here. Look at that orange color, too. So, the skies are going to be turning yellow over there. And then we have fires out west, too. So if I go look at the Pacific here, you can see we got fires here, too, as well, in Northern California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho. Lots of fires everywhere. So let's go on to the weather and hazards map, and no air quality alerts being issued as a result of these fires, but you do see the excessive heat warnings again in place for parts of Arizona into Nevada, California, excessive heat watches. So the heat's going to be returning, and then we have all these excessive heat warning and red flag warnings in effect for the interior of Washington and Oregon, where it's still pretty damn hot. Boise is reporting haze. 97. They hit 102 today in Boise, Idaho. That's probably well above what they're supposed to be. And they're reporting haze, too, so more like smoke, but that's all due to all the wildfires going on over there. And then if we go look into Canada here, the conditions here are pretty hot. Even into Alberta, we got hot, 90 degrees in Fairview, 87 in High Prairie, 90 in Fort Vermilion. Really, really hot stuff. Hay River, 84. And smoke is being reported with 3-mile visibility. So, yeah, really, really bad situation here. I'm just going to try to find Yellowknife here. Yellowknife is reporting smoke and 2-mile visibility. And, yeah, high humidity, too, 2.57. These fires, though, just are completely out of control. So if we look at the highs in this area, you see temperatures have got well into the 80s here. We got fires just burning all over Northwest Territories. And really incredible stuff. And look at this, 101. 101 in northern Alberta. Are you kidding me? 90 at Fort Smith. This is incredible heat for Canada. I mean, it's not supposed to get that hot in Canada. But this is, again, all part. Look at this. We got 91 in Hanbury River Automated Reporting Station in Northwest Territories, Canada. How far does this heat go up there? It goes all the way up to here. I mean, that's crazy. 86 even that far north. That's absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane right there. Absolutely insane. So I'm going to try to pull up some MODIS satellite imagery as well, so we can take a look at this, because there is a lot of smoke, and we're definitely be talking about it because nobody else is, obviously. So you can see all this smoke here, and we'll have to see if we're going to get into this or not. But that's a lot of smoke right there coming out of Northwest Territories and Canada. We got Alberta. Look at all these fires. It's just unbelievable again. And that looks like it's heading toward us. So we'll have to see if we're going to get into it or not as we go and look at the forecast. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center. You see you got that marginal risk over the Mid-Atlantic, the Carolinas tomorrow. We got a slight risk over, it looks like Kansas. And then it looks like we got, actually that's not Kansas. Is that Kansas? It is. I think that's Montana, actually. And unusual to see a slight risk over there. And then marginal risk, again, over the Mid-Atlantic. So that's what we got right now for severe weather. Let's go and talk about the forecast now. We got this high pressure that's going to be building in. All right. And I will go a little bit long range on this because just to talk about it a little bit here, because I know we didn't do it this week. And we'll take a look at the jet stream. So we have this dip in the jet stream that'll bring us some relief. And then another little one tries to make it through Sunday. And then we're just dealing with stalled front syndrome for next week, unfortunately. And then the jet stream's just kind of a complete mess at this point. So we'll go look at the upper air here. And I'm just using the GFS at this point. So, yeah, there's that little trough bringing us the relief. And then we're in between the trough and that ridge. That brings us the stall front syndrome. The ridge intensifies eventually and comes back as we wrap up the end of the month here. And that will mean more. And you can see there is a big ridge, though, developing in Alaska, which kind of you think would bring a trough down eventually. But I don't know. Precipitation. Let's look at total rainfall. See if there's going to be any help for people dealing with those wildfires. Doesn't look like it. Maybe some parts of British Columbia. But that's it. And then you can see where the stalled front is. Most of that rain looks like it's going to be over the Mid-Atlantic and not us. The west stays dry, high and dry, as you see right there. Lastly, we'll do the temperature anomaly chart. I'll keep it in this one. Yes, on Sunday I'll be back probably to do another one. But let's, because I didn't neglect it to do it this week, and I really feel it's important. So you can see the cool down in the east. It stays hot and dry in that area of Canada where the wildfires are going. That's not good at all. And then we start going above normal again as we get toward the end of the month, though. No crazy heat right now, at least. But we'll talk more about that on Sunday night. So let's go back to the CONUS and the surface map. So high pressure builds in, gives us a nice day, but then you see that warm front starting to return. Though it looks like it gets pushed again to the south on Sunday, but then for next week, we're going to start dealing with some stall front syndrome with that front stalled out just off to the south maybe, or just over us. and it'll be a little unsettled next week. And then you can see it looks kind of on the unsettled. No really big high-pressure systems, but no really big ridges either. So that's why I don't think we'll see any really extreme heat, but certainly we're going to be dealing with more humidity again. So if we just look at the dew points, you'll see here we got the dew point relief for tomorrow, but then the humidity comes back. A little dry push tries to make it in for Sunday a little bit again, and then the humidity comes back next week, and we're kind of stuck in this boundary. And you can see lots of humidity as we get now to the this month. So lots of humidity. So let's go and take a closer look now at our area here, and we will go and look at the HRRR, and we're on dew points. We'll keep it there for now. So you'll see the dry rare bleed in tomorrow. North winds, dew points drop into the 50s, so it'll feel pretty nice. Though if you're in Jersey, especially further south toward Ocean County, your dew points may not be as low, maybe 60s, but it's still better than what you've been dealing with. So we have easterly winds. We have a northeast becoming east, and then southerly wind to south. So there will be a sea breeze later on in the evening, and then that'll bring the dew points back up again. Saturday still, dew points still stay fairly calm. I mean, they go up a little bit, but it still won't be that bad. So let's go to the temperatures. And then tonight, in some of the cooler locations, maybe you'll get down to the mid-60s. The alley certainly won't. And then tomorrow will be a warm day. Temperatures probably reaching the low to mid-80s. But then there'll be a sea breeze in the afternoon. That'll drop temperatures along the South Shore. And tomorrow night, temperatures again drop into the mid-60s, I think. Except, of course, if you're living in a hellhole like I am. And then for Saturday, you'll see the temperatures get into the upper, probably close to 90 in Jersey. Long Island will probably be more like mid-80s, and there'll be more high clouds around that day. So we'll take a look at some soundings here on the HRRR. Tomorrow, let's see what we got here on the soundings. Waiting for this to load here. Looks like we shouldn't have too many clouds at all tomorrow. Maybe a few more over Jersey. Let's see what it looks like in Jersey. Yeah, tomorrow there'll be a few more in Jersey. But for us, we should have plenty of sun. But it still may be some haze around from that wildfire smoke. We'll get to that smoke model in a moment here. So let's go and look at the GFS if we want to go further along here with dew points and wind flow. So you can see that dry air nicely in place for tomorrow. Still fairly comfortable on Saturday. And then Sunday, another push comes down and brings us some more drier air. And with that, there may be some smoke as well. And then for Monday, you'll see the southerly flow return, and then we have the humidity. And we got a stalled frontal boundary over us. You can see the difference here. If you're in Maine, you got low dew points and probably a lot of smoke, but for us, we got more humidity, and then the humidity really comes back in earnest on Wednesday, and we're going to be dealing with that stalled frontal boundary that we're going to be dealing with, an unsettled situation. It's not like it's going to be raining all the time, but there'll be rain chances every day with that. Temperatures. So here's the temperatures for Saturday. An interesting little spot over here where it's cooler, where there may be some precipitation falling in West Virginia. But for us, we shouldn't have to deal with any precipitation on Saturday. I'll look at that in a moment. For Sunday, we start warming up. That's when we start warming up. Start feeling a little more heat, even with the light northward wind, probably 85 to 90 in a lot of locations. And then inland is going to be hotter on Monday. Coastal areas cooler. Same deal for Tuesday. So if you're in Jersey, get ready to hit 90 again and have another heat wave. But I think Long Island, we shouldn't have to deal with that as much. This is looking at next week right now. And if I go in the super long range, we'll see if we... Yeah, it looks like it does dial up the heat again toward the end of the month, unfortunately. So that's not a surprise. But again, we talk more about that on Sunday. Let's look at the clouds. Well, I was going to look at the precipitation. I really don't think we'll see any precipitation on Saturday, but let's go to the NAM. Let's go to the HRRR again, and I'll see if we get any precipitation in our. I don't think we will, but I might as well look. So more obviously, we won't have to deal with any Saturday. Yeah, it's showing possibly some showers inland. But nothing crazy. GFS will show that to you as well. Yet it is actually bringing some shower activity, and this is a very low resolution model, but it is bringing some shower activity with a wave of low pressure here for Saturday. That is a very low. This is a very low resolution model. The reason why I say is if we go to the higher resolution version of this, yeah, it looks totally different. We go to the NAM 12, which would take us out. Or we have the 0Z NAM 12, which would take us out. I don't think we see any rain on Saturday. I really don't think so. The 18Z goes out a little further. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I don't think we'll see. I think the weekend should be dry for the most part. I really do. So let's look at the sky cover. Start with the GFS, and it's low resolution sky cover, but it'll give us a general idea of what tomorrow is going to be like. So you can see there's clouds pushed to the south. Should have plenty of sunshine, but again, could be hazy due to that wildfire smoke. More high clouds on Saturday. And we try to push those clouds away on Sunday again for a mostly sunny day, but it may be a lot of smoke around. I'll have to look at the smoke model with that, and then next week we're going to deal with more clouds again with that stall front. You can clearly see stall front central. Maybe we get out of it on Friday, maybe. So I'll have a couple of days of stall front syndrome. Let's go to the RGEM model next for skies. So here you go. You can see that front pushing offshore, mostly sunny conditions, though there may be a little bit of haze around. We'll have to check that. We do the smoke model, and then more of the overrunning high clouds for you Saturday, but still not a bad day. And then Sunday, we should feature some more sunshine, but RGEM is saying we could see some high clouds around. And, of course, there could be some smoke around, too. So let's lastly go to that smoke model. Let's go to the 21Z run of this. Do vertically integrated smoke first. Wait for this to load. So you can see all that smoke there. And it looks like it's coming for us. So tomorrow, it shouldn't be too smoky, but we're going to have to watch. This is Saturday. Looks like a lot of it's diving into the Dakotas. It's diving south. We'll have to watch. I think we're going to wind up getting into that at some point. I really do. I really do think we'll wind up getting into that. And we could also use the near-surface smoke as well. I'm going to show that to you. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have... These models can change. That is an old run already, so... You can see this is the near-surface smoke. You can see it gets pushed away. You can see there's a lot of smoke in Canada there. And that's going to, I think, drift down into the United States for sure. It looks like it's showing it going over the Dakotas, so you could probably see some air quality alerts over there probably. But yeah, that's a ton of wildfires going there. So anyway, that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. We'll have to watch out for the smoke. Unfortunately, I don't really have. I have a 0Z run that's only going to take us out. This only goes out like 12 hours, so that's why I don't even bother running that. It has to be in the longer range, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, I figured I'd cover all this stuff because I will try to do another weather update tomorrow night. I'll try to do it, but it's going to be short, 5 minutes. And the Saturday night, I'll probably take off. So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Thank you for watching, and good night.